Is it just the back of outside your door?
Yeah. No, like
Was it space that you didn't tell me? You're going somewhere where there's a blanket that I'm going. Yeah, that's a big one. All the time. Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. This is episode 308. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
And it's a Sunday evening, so I don't know. I don't know. Guys, you'll see this podcast on the Wednesday because that's when it gets posted. After that, you're on your own. Diana's gonna let everybody know what we're gonna cover this week, and I'm going to drink some tea and try to stay conscious. I'm so tired.
We've got What's in Our Cup, Woolly Workings, and Wool Gathering.
So good. In my Nightmare Before Christmas mug, which is like my favoritist of all favorite mugs. I'm gonna say it's even better than the banner mug from our Shopify store.
Yeah.
I have some lemon lift tea. It's lemony, it's lifty. It's a little late in the day for caffeination, but that's a problem for future Jocelyn, so she can deal with it. I need the fuel to get to bedtime. I need fuel to get to bedtime. That is my current goal.
We'll try to keep it speedy then.
Yeah, well, now you've just shot us in the foot, because the moment you say that,
I have, yeah.
we're here for hours. Thanks, ma'am.
I'm sorry. In my weird circuit boardy work branded mug, I have some decaf, because yes, too late for caffeination. English breakfast from Twinings. There's one N. I feel like it must be Twinings. I think it must be Twinings. Rules of English say it's Twinings.
Yeah, all of YouTube has seen what we think of the English language.
I haven't watched that back yet, and I'm a little bit scared, to be honest.
I don't often go back to find outtakes. It is not a thing you guys will find out here often, because it's got to be worthwhile for me to go in and dig back through a very large recorded file to find it. But oh, in the case of us having to change to quirks, it was worth the hunt. It was worth the hunt.
Oh, this is going to be a delightful hot mess, isn't it?
Oh, I even did like a old-timey cinematic screen. Northern Knits presents failed attempts at English.
Amazing. Okay, I'm excited to watch this.
I had our theme song.
I just realized we have a segment. We have an additional segment that I didn't put in the show notes.
Okay.
You're wearing a cool thread, and I received the cool threads that you made me in the mail.
Oh, good. Have you tried them on?
I have. I should go get them so I can show them off and prove that they got here.
It's a recording. We'll just put in a cut. Go get the thing. Just go get the thing. Put in the cut. Oh, jeez. So, cut over.
Let me. There we go. Now we can see it better. It doesn't blend into the blanket.
Okay. You're good?
I'm good. Let's do the thing.
You are right. We have cool threads. I'm wearing my habanero sweater just because it's elbow length. It's woolly. It goes over my black t-shirt. I don't know what else to say about it. This is some Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in a wine red colorway. And it was like, I think this was the first 2-week sweater. No.
I think you're right.
Yes.
I think you're right.
Yeah, this was my first 2-week sweater because it's worsted yarn, but I knit the bulky pattern.
Right.
Yeah, so I'd have a nice, super drapey gauge, which is what I'm going to do with the last of my worsted weight yarn. I'm going to make bulky weight sweaters out of them so that I've got this big open weave so I get more airflow.
Nice, yes.
Yeah. So I have some thoughts. But yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. No particular reason. It was just the first cardigan I pulled out of the closet. Like, I should wear a cardigan. Oh, look, here's one.
Perfect.
I should not be knitting on this because the microphone is really close to these knitting needles and they make a lot of sound.
It's ASMR. I'm wearing the Lacey Petals wrap. It
Does it made it?
arrived. I have it.
It made it. Oh, I'm so glad it made it there.
I washed it. I blocked it. It's beautiful. I'm so happy. It's gonna look so good over my like bright red swimsuit. I'm so
Absolutely.
excited.
Ah, so good. Now you can put a belt on that.
I could. I have not made one, and I'm not going to.
Okay. No belt.
I'm aware that I could, but it's not going to happen.
Sans belt. I understand. I understand. That's
We're going for the open cardigan vibe.
the open cardigan. Okay, I'm too lazy to make a belt.
Yes, but nobody else needs to know that.
Oh goodness, that's out of some noble cotton from Cascade.
Yes.
I think
Which
the
I have the
colorway
rest
they
of the ball
said the
somewhere.
colorway
I read
on
it
the
somewhere.
at the local yarn store on the webpage said sand, though Cascade doesn't do colors, guys. It's numbers.
Yeah, I don't know what the number was, but yeah, it's I mean like it's white sand beach colored,
Yeah.
which is perfect because I'm gonna go to a beach. Oh yeah, as you're watching this, I'm in Jamaica right now. It's so fun to talk about the future like that.
Now that we've talked about what we're drinking and what we're wearing, thanks to the conveniently placed cut, thanks future editing Jocelyn, it's time to talk about what we've been working on.
We're back to our normally scheduled thing where Jocelyn has way more things than I do.
Here's a sweater
I picked a
challenge.
bad week. I picked a bad week to remember that video games exist.
I mean,
but my Stardew Valley farm is doing great.
She uses this as an excuse, guys. I am quite aware that
It's not an
video games
excuse.
use. I play them
It's
quite
absolutely
often.
not an excuse.
I still get my knitting in.
Yeah, no, I definitely did not.
I also play tabletop games and have, I guess, a pseudo social life.
I mean, you've got more social life going on than me right now.
I mean, all of it's nerdy stuff, but yes. So I don't know where your day goes because during your working hours, I'm working. Like we both have 8-hour work days. So I just don't know.
But they
I
go
don't know. But they
somewhere.
just somewhere on you. It's like poof, and they're gone.
They disappear into the void, never to be seen again. Not saying it as an excuse. Just I played a lot of Stardew Valley this week, and I did not do a lot of knitting.
That's her. I played.
Well, not that I didn't do a lot of. I didn't do as much knitting as I should have. Is what happened.
I played some Boyfriend Dungeon on Friday. Felt nice.
Yeah.
To go smash some martini glasses. There's a whole new dungeon since the expansion.
I gotta play more.
Guys, a whole new one. All right. Since Diana has 2 and I have 4, I was gonna go first. Let's do an update. Everybody loves a good old-fashioned update. The Huj Tub.
Huj Tub.
Huj Tub.
I have to do that every time. I don't know.
Has been recasted on. So I took my Mobius strip that I was creating. Woo! And I now have a proper, not Mobius strip.
Excellent.
We're all very proud. I did take a measurement of my gauges per inch and did a little calculation. I took my stitches per inch and timed it by the number of inches I want the cowl to be wide.
Makes sense.
Passed on that many. That's how you do that math. It's that easy. So I am now very, very, very slowly making a Huj tube. The only other pattern alteration, this is a free pattern, you guys can find it on Ravelry. Hopefully I've remembered to put in the name of it because it is not spelt how we pronounce it. I did a regular, not stretchy cast on because really I'm working on size 9mm needles on worsted weight yarn.
It does not need to be stretchy.
It does not need to be stretchy. So I did like a super basic back loop cast on, but I like whenever I'm doing a cast on to do my first round flat and then connect in the round. So I just knit back across knowing that it would still curl fine because that's what it's supposed to do. But I knit back towards my beginning and then I connect it in the round. Just probably punch the microphone with the yarn.
Awesome.
Which is probably why I Oh, had some troubles. Now, the one downside to doing this Huj Tub on a worsted
Hmm.
is not this beautiful orange color. Because, like, look at this. Look at these colors.
I don't suppose you have the colorway name for that.
That hasn't had a ball band in so long. I couldn't even tell you guys. I know it's worsted acrylic Karen cake. That's
In
it. That's
various
all I've
peachy
got.
oranges and brown,
Yeah.
it looks like.
Yeah, it's sort of like peachy pumpkiny.
It looks so good. I'm so excited to see that
So I'm very
gradient.
excited. I'm very excited for the gradient to work out, but I have discovered that on a needle this big, and yes, it's a cascade. It's a Chowgu red lace needle because the cord, guys, the cord. The needles are heavier than the project by orders of magnitude. So I am going slowly because I don't register the yarn. That is how lightweight the yarn is compared to the needle. And I don't know if that's going to change at some point in this project or if it's going to feel like I'm knitting air the whole way through. Not sure. I'm not sure. It's causing me a bit of distress because I'm like, what am I doing? I don't
Is there
know.
anything even here? Did it disappear? Go
Here.
poof?
And it also means like if I've got to move stuff around or like change the thread and move the project around, it's all I feel is needles. It's just needles all the way down. It's a thing. It's a thing. So that is my first one. I have to do a second one. So we'll do this one because it's right here. My Fomhar cardigan. I have a back panel. That's right, people. I did 2 waffles.
Yay, 2 waffles.
Waffles. Now, technically, each waffle square is a 2-row repeat, and this is the back panel, which means they're very long rows. So it wasn't an insignificant amount of time, but I got my last 2 waffles in. So we are done. We are finished. We are ready for seaming. I can take this fancy little red skelly head progress keeper off. Skelly head. Because
Nice.
Halloween is amazing. And I can
So you have
add
your front
it.
panels done, right?
My first front panel is done and both of my pockets are done. So I have a front panel and 2 sleeves left to go. And don't worry. Don't worry. Stuff going places and things going all over the place. Guys, the 4 cardigan is being made out of some Briggs and Little Gray Heather. It looks blue. We are aware, but it's really, ooh, pop that out so the light catches it correctly. But it looks really good. And I've started the ribbing on my second front panel. All
Excellent.
5 rows of it.
But progress. The back panel's done. The
Back
behemoth.
panel's done. I pulled out my first
Back
front
panels
panel
take so long.
so I can compare it to make sure I get my ribbing the right. And then I just have to make a second front panel. Which I mean also isn't insignificant because I'm not making this to 24 inches or 26 inches in length. I'm making it to a 30-inch length so that it's got some nice serious drapage going. So like I got a lot of front panel left to make. But I am down to a front panel and 2 sleeves, and I would like to have this done and off my needles very shortly, or off my hook very shortly. So that is a thing I am hardcore working on as we speak. I, of course, have my hook that I am using, which is my coffee cup hook from 2-piece hooking with my ergonomic beadies at the back here. Curls, as it were, which after knitting on a sweater for 2 weeks, boy, do you love your ergonomic hooks.
Uh-huh.
Boy, like when I started working on the project and I just different hand motions, different go, and I had my ergonomic hook, I was just so happy. Oh, so happy. For reference points,
Oh, yeah.
this lives, both of my 2-piece hooking hooks live just below my computer screen because this rolls. So my cat thinks it's a toy.
Yep.
So it lives there at all times, so I know where it is. So that is 2 projects done, which means you are up, my dear.
All right. The update that I'm sure everybody wants to hear. I did like an inch on Mr. Diana's socks in Red Wing Blackbird from Fireweed Fiber
Ooh.
Co. using the Even Heel by Nikki Knits. Oh boy.
An inch?
Yeah, like an inch.
Were you playing video games at work?
This isn't the only thing I worked on this week, okay?
All right, all right.
There's not a lot of meetings at work, okay? Or at least not a lot of ones that I am in.
That's fair.
I am a dev. I don't get invited to a lot of meetings because I don't need to be in a lot of meetings, which is
Oh.
good. It means I can just go do my thing and actually get stuff done and not be stuck in a bunch of meetings that I don't need to be in. But it means that I don't have a lot of time for my meeting socks.
Fair.
Ooh,
So what you're telling me
fire's
is I
done.
need to schedule more meetings with you so you have time to work on your socks?
I mean, I guess.
I suppose I could figure out a way for us to have more meetings. I don't know how.
So these are going to come with me to Jamaica because this is the second half of the second sock.
Yes.
And then I'm also tonight going to cake up the yarn for my dad's socks that he wanted for Christmas. Maybe he'll get them for Father's Day.
Well, that way, if you finish the second sock, you can just get started on the next pair of socks. That makes total sense.
Yeah, because I've got like a 5-hour flight, and if I
Yes.
stay conscious,
You
which
are
you know, something
really
about
bad for that.
I'm really bad at staying conscious on flights. Or something about like you get on the airplane and like everything's out of your hands now, and I can just like. And then suddenly we're there, which is great, but
You
it
go into
means
sleep
all
mode?
of this knitting
Do you
time.
cycle through
Yeah,
your updates?
Yeah, I do like a power cycle. And I arrive refreshed. It's great.
Okay.
Except maybe needing some like ibuprofen for my neck that's been at a weird angle for 6 hours on a plane.
They make neck pillows.
I know. And I'm always like, I'm gonna stay awake and knit.
No. Dude.
I never do.
Just get a neck pillow. Just get a
I'm
neck
gonna buy
pillow.
a neck pillow at the airport tomorrow.
Just buy a neck pillow.
Yeah.
Just
Anyway, so the
love
Red Wing
neck
Blackbird
pillows.
socks and what is this one? Are you a bird? No. It's been a long road. It's the one of the Star Trek ones.
So love your color descriptions.
Yeah. So Red Wing Blackbird.
Guys, I did
black.
say before podcasting that we need to remember
that we did a really bad job last week. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Red Wing Blackbird is black with red and yellow microstripes and like little speckles. And it's contrasted with a bright golden yellow mini for the contrast toes and cuffs and stuff. And then It's Been a Long Road is a blue, variegated blue with a dark piney green contrast mini.
Oh, that's gonna look so good.
Yeah.
So good.
If you would like 10% off of your Fireweed Fiber Co. order, you can use the coupon code NorthernKnits10, NorthernKnits10 at fireweedfiberco.com.
Did you spike your tea?
I'm trying to remember to say things.
Oh,
and if I say it weird, then I remember it better.
Fair. All right. Weirdo.
Yep. Owning that. I will take that.
All right. I could put off sweater discussion, but I'm not going to. On Thursday, if you watched the live with me and Louise, I had half a sleeve left to go before I finished. So I was saying victory if I got the sweater done before I went to bed.
And
ta-da!
You got the sleeve done before. That's amazing. So that is a whole sweater in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oversized for me, which is not oversized, but kind of oversized. Worsted weight, color work, top down, 22-inch bodied sweater, which is still kind of damp because it's not done blocking.
But it's so pretty. I need one. I need to make one.
But I got 2 sleeves. Well, hang on, because I'm going to wear this for a while. But if I find this weight too heavy, I'm going to make a DK weight version, and you can just buy the yarn for me for the DK weight version, and you can have this version.
I'll take that exchange.
Because this semi-baggy on me will be oversized baggy and drapey on you, which is what you like.
This is true.
This is how the size ratio works. But I need to wear the the worsted for a little bit to see whether or not it's a weight I can handle, or if I find it's too warm too fast, even for what I want it for. And if that's the case, then oh no, you have to inherit a dark green sweater with sandy beige and blue and white striping chevrons.
Oh no, the hardship. However will I accept such a beautiful sweater?
And I'll need some DK weight yarn so I can make it in a lighter weight for myself. So there it is.
Fair.
She's been sitting, and I mean, I block loosely, guys. Like I draped it out on the blocking mats in front of the steam heater, and then went to bed last night. So we're not quite done drying because whoa, did we suck up water like nobody's business.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So it's a 2-day dry.
Well, yeah, especially in winter.
So it's gonna go back to the blocking mat. And I have no idea how much Phaedra slept on it already. She likes wet towels. She likes wet wool. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's fine.
I'm sure
It's
it'll be thoroughly
washed.
groomed.
It's blocked. I discovered I'm officially out of soak, which
Well, that's a
is
tragedy.
the no rinse. Or is the Lavalind no rinse and the soak? I rinse either way. But I'm out of my soak. And why do I pick soak? Because there's a pineapple scented one.
Yeah.
Full stop. That's why I use it. So I needs to go get some more soak. Good thing it's my birthday this month. Going to justify a skirt pattern, a sweater pattern, and some soak for no other reason than it's my birthday and I can't.
Do it.
So, I don't know. Either way, I love Briggs a Little Yarn. I love working in it. I was super happy to do it. That was all heritage, and the next slabs, Aaron Waite, which is here. It starts with an A. Whatever, guys. It's fine. Briggs a Little Yarn. Great woolly wool. It is a great woolly wool. Weirdly less scratchy than the knit picks. So I find Briggs a little softer than Wool of the Andes, which is another non-superwash. So do I wear both of them? Yes, because really it's not a thing I register. It's not like it's itchy. It's more like, oh yeah, I'm wearing wool. Right.
I feel like for me, Wool of the Andes is a little bit softer, at least compared to the Briggs and Little that I currently have,
That's fair.
which is potentially a more rustic line of Briggs and Little.
That's fair. I have a lot of heritage. I like their heritage ones. So, and yes, no more worsted weight purchasing for me because I really don't wear worsted weight stuff. So I got to work through the last of my worsted weight items and then only buy as thick as DK because I know better now. Which sort of sucks because, like, God, does worsted and bulky knit up fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna hurt, but I can get
It's
down to the
great.
point. I mean, full on goal for that sweater challenge is in a couple of years to be working on fingering weight sweaters in 2 weeks.
Aha! Man, be cool if I could finish a baby sweater in 2 weeks.
Requires practice and persistence and dedication.
It's that persistence and dedication.
Yeah.
Not so high on those.
I know.
That's why I have an entire whip bin.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing. All right, you're up, my dear, because then I've got one other thing to talk about.
Okay. Well, we're talking about the 2-week sweater challenge.
Did not
I
finish.
have this much of the body.
Oh, jeez.
I have like maybe close to half of the body, not quite.
My word.
That's yeah. I have abjectly failed at the 2-week sweater challenge.
You did so well
Um,
last year.
well, I did it in 3.5 weeks last year, so if
Yes.
I match that, that's still okay. You
Okay,
know,
because last
on
year
the
was
other
your first
hand,
year.
yes. On the other
And
hand, I'm about to go to Jamaica for a week, and this is not coming with me, so my Jamaica time does not count against that
well,
because this is not coming with me to Jamaica.
we had a comment on last week's YouTube, and somebody was working on their 2 week sweater challenge, and was asking about it because they literally have to wait for more yarn to arrive. And I went, okay, while you're actually physically waiting for the yarn to show up, that time does not count towards the 14 days because there's nothing you can do about that. You're physically leaving the country for Jamaica.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work on bulky weight yarn in your lap in 30-degree heat.
Absolutely not. It's
Mm-mm.
not happening. Absolutely not happening.
But the moment you land, oh yeah, your time starts again.
Okay. Anyway, here's my lovely stockinette. So pretty.
Smiles of stockinette. That's the worst. That's the chunk that's going to be the dullest because it's just you want to get to
Yeah,
that
it's
color
really
work chart.
soothing though. I really like it. Honestly, like the only thing that can make this
I
better
hope
is
so.
if I had wooden knitting needles in this size. Because there's just something about wooden knitting needles that are just But I think my wooden ones in this size are being used in something else right now. Or I didn't have a cord or something because they were interchangeables. I don't
I
know.
can't help you.
Anyway, I digress. The yarn, this gray
Mhm.
yarn is Cascade Eco Plus. I believe it had a colorway name or at least a number. No, it's Cascade, so it has a number, but I
Yeah.
don't know. It's gray. And then the color work on the yoke is going to be white. The pattern name is the Steinkriger. It's the same one that I made for myself last year. That is the white one with the gray color work. So this one's going to be for Mr. Diana, and it's going to be gray with white color work. I have so much of this gray. Like, I'm probably going to finish. I attached a new ball from last week. Like, I was pretty much at the end of my ball last week. So this is a new 250-gram ball. And I'm probably going to finish the body with this.
Okay.
Because I did 2 sleeves and started the body with 1 ball. So I'm probably going to finish the body with the
Yeah.
second ball and then combined with the white. And then I still have a whole other skein of this.
Yes.
I bought a lot of yarn.
Yes.
All of that yarn that is now becoming 2 whole sweaters was intended to be 1 sweater when I bought it, and I must have severely over purchased yarn for a sweater that I didn't end up making with this yarn, obviously, because now it's 2 sweaters.
Was it that, or did you buy enough so that you could decide if you wanted to go gray body, white color work, or white body, gray color work later? Because it was on sale.
I honestly don't remember. It was a couple years ago at this point.
Neither do I. But sometimes you'll do that so that you can hedge your bets, and then whatever it is you did work would work for a color work sweater in the reverse for something else later, which is a good way to put off making a decision, especially
Yeah.
like grays and whites, which are super neutral colors. So I could see you
Anyway,
doing that. I could see you doing that.
I have lots, and I have a whole other skein to make something else, matching hats and mittens or some such. I don't know.
You're on your own. 250 grams is a big ball.
Yeah.
It's a big
Anyway, so
ball.
that's what I'm working on while we record today, because it's just really simple, roundy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, my internal HVAC is not working again. My feet are freezing, and my upper half is just melting.
So I have some very, very pretty indigo yarn line from Cascade in this beautiful, you'd say dark gray? I'd say dark gray.
Sure.
Dark kind of shiny gray. One would almost say iron-like. That's right. I went there. And
Oh,
I
I
had
see.
been, I was casting on something, anything after I finished that sweater. Something was being casted on.
Yes.
Then I started with the 3-season sweater, which is a chevron striped crochet sweater. But I was like, I'll stripe the 2 linens I have. I could not get the linen to drape in the chevron shape well.
Oh, it was just too stiff?
Too floppy.
Oh, too much drape.
Too much drape. So I went, that's not gonna work. Do I still want that 3-season sweater? Yeah. Yeah. But it's DK weight, so I'm gonna try some DK weight yarn from Erin, which has got a little bit more structure to see those, because the chevrons were floppy. And they weren't like just drape flew, they were like not chevron-y.
Oh.
Yeah. So like
Well, that's
this,
no good.
that's just a yarn
Whoops.
thing.
Sorry. That was aggressive.
So instead, I started my own Lacey Petals.
Nice. That
I went,
looks so good. That's like kind of shiny.
yeah, I went down a hook size and I've made a square. Now I'm going to wash and block this square, since I am obviously different dimensions from Diana. And then I'm going to have to do a wee bit of math, because this is not quite half a ball of 50 grams. And I have this, so I can get 2 petals per ball, 2 petal motifs. And I have 8
Okay.
balls. So I can use 7 balls, just sounds dirty, to make the cardigan itself. But I have to reserve 1 50-gram ball to do edging. Phaedra, you wouldn't have quite so much trouble if you stopped putting your head halfway up my leg.
How dare you move?
How dare you? So it's either going to be extra motifs, or I'll end up taking this mesh here in the middle and making just an extra border edge of mesh all the way around, and then connecting them, depending on how much I need. Like if I only need like an inch or two, I'll do the little webbing motif and just expand the square out to get me that extra half an inch I need each round, or on each motif.
Yeah.
And connect that way. But if I need like a whole other motif, like that's something I need to do once I get the measurements. So this bad boy needs to get washed, needs to be blocked. This needs to be pinned out, its lace. This needs to be pinned out. So step 1, find my pins.
Oh, very stylish.
Very stylish. So I don't know how long it'll take me, but I want one of these for myself. My mom wants one for herself. She wants it in fingering, so go down in stages. So first up, a DK white linen one for myself, with some extra modifications to the pattern to fit my style of cardigan wearing. But that was my, I need something. I need something that's not sweater. So I cast on, and it was delightful. Now, to be fair, I did 5 swatches of the chevron stripes before I gave up on the striped sweater. So I did put a lot of work into the other things. So, but it's okay. But that's it. I am done. I am out of projects.
Me too. I guess that makes it time for wool gathering.
It does. It's here.
All right, wool gathering with the word candle. Nom nom. If, for some reason, you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord, which doesn't hold a candle to other Discords don't hold a candle to ours. God darn it, I just was practicing in my head and I used the phrase wrong. Our Discord is the best.
Okay.
Candle. We're active at all hours of the day and the night, enabling each other into the stuff and the things and cheering each other on and all that good stuff. We also do e-knit-ins for higher tiers of support once a month. The next one of those is going to be on Saturday, March the 18th at noon Manitoba time. What else is happening?
We're going to do whip sprints at the end of the month.
Yes, we've got whip sprints coming up. Whip sprints are for everybody. We do them live here on YouTube. And that'll be on Saturday the 25th at noon Manitoba time.
Mhm.
And our live episode, which normally happens on the first Sunday of the month, is going to happen on the second Sunday of the month. That is the 12th of March, because I'm not here next Sunday. And I don't know what my schedule is going to be to do a live. So we're doing it on the 12th. And it might be in the evening. Well, it will be in the evening, or maybe it will be recorded. TBD on the live episode for March, basically.
If we manage to make it, I actually have things I have to attend in the daytime on the 12th. So
look for an upcoming live in your YouTube notifications.
We'll decide when Diana gets home.
That will be the official thing.
Yeah, we'll decide when Diana gets home.
Yes.
If you don't see it, it just means the schedules didn't work and we don't have a live for the month of March. Not the end of the world.
Yeah. So if it's happening, it's on the 12th. but it might not happen.
It's the best way to play that, I think. As far as other lives go, I will be live with Louise for one last Tuesday in a row. This coming Thursday, which from your guys' perspective is
That's like
tomorrow.
6 Thursdays in a row now.
It feels like it. It is the regularly scheduled monthly check-in, back to the usual schedule after this, which will be a great relief for Louise, who is now in the midst of sock madness and getting ready for her first granddaughter. She's already got a lot on her plate.
Goodness, that sounds very busy.
So much stuff. As always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing and a concern. If you can't financially support, liking, subscribing, and following us on social media platforms is a great way to interact with us, share what you're working on, and enable us into more purchases. City Limit sweater. Did you see that sweater? Did you see that sweater? I've already pulled yarn for it.
I need more finishes before I can have more cast-ons.
I have a finish. But I have
You are not bound by my rules. I am bound by my rules. I need to finish 2 things.
And really, if I stopped and focused for this week, I could have 2 or 3 finishes next time I record.
Yeah, so like you're not the one with the problem here. Go ahead, cast on with Wild Abandon.
I am not the one with the problem here. I think that's it. Is that everything?
I'm the one farming when I'm supposed to be knitting. So
that sounds like a personal problem.
It is very much a personal problem.
All right. So that's it. I think we're done.
I think that's done.
Sweet. In which case, until next week, I'll say I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.